Hi everyone, welcome to Maths Par. This video is about Goods and Services Tax, shortly abbreviated as GST. Goods and Services Tax is an indirect tax levied on the supply of goods and services. Earlier to GST, we had sales tax and value added tax. In order to have one nation, one tax system, goods and services tax is introduced, and goods and services tax are divided into 5 different slabs. GST rate slabs. First slab is exempted, that is 0%. Then we have 5% GST, then 12% GST, then 18% GST, then 28% GST. Then when we talk about collection of GST, the supply of goods and services will be done in 2 transactions. In that, first one is intrastate transaction, which means within the same state, and second one interstate transaction, which is outside the state. When a transaction is intrastate, means within the same state, GST will be collected in 2 ways. One is CGST, which is nothing but central government goods and services tax. The second one is SGST, that is the state government goods and services tax. How do we collect this CGST and SGST? CGST is at half of the prescribed GST rate, and SGST is also half of the prescribed GST rate. If the GST rate is 5%, CGST will be collected as 2.5% and SGST will be collected as 2.5%. If the GST is 18%, CGST will be collected as 9% and SGST will be collected as 9%. Then when it comes for interstate transaction, means the transaction which is done from one state to the other state, that is outside the state, then that GST will be collected as IGST, integrated goods and services tax. That means whatever is prescribed GST rate, that will be collected at a time. We may have a question, what about union territories? If you look at union territories, in place of SGST, UTGST or UGST will be collected, which means Union Territory Goods and Services Tax. Now, how to find this GST when different types of questions will be asked? Let us look at it. There will be certain stages when a product is sold, that is manufacturer, distributor, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. Sometimes in place of distributor, dealer also may be added, distributed or dealer. Okay, so these many stages. In some questions they will give manufacturer, wholesaler, consumer. In some cases they give dealer, wholesaler, consumer, or dealer, retailer, consumer. Like this, according to the given question, how many are given? Maximum up to the standard of 10th now, we will be asked about only 3 persons. So when a question comes with 3 persons involved in a problem, how are we going to face that? Let us have a look at the solution part. If there are 3 persons involved in a question, say for example, dealer, retailer and consumer. What are the things what we get in this is, in dealer, market price will have. If there is any discount, then discount, maybe it can be percentage or amount, then you will find selling price. On this selling price, you will be finding input CGST, which is, suppose if say GST rate is 5%, then input CGST is 2.5% of SP. Then you will find input SGST, that is 2.5% of SP. Then retailer, whatever selling price is there at dealer will become cost price for the retailer. Then this retailer, if he is selling the good to the consumer at certain price, that will be nothing but SP. Or sometimes the question will be given with profit or profit percent. If profit is given, you will find SP. If SP is given, no need to find the profit. So here, whatever GST rate, of course GST throughout the sum remains the same. Now output CGST, which is 2.5% of SP. Which SP? The SP what is there in the retailer column. Next, output SGST, that is 2.5% of SP, you will find. Now consumer, at consumer, whatever SP is here will be CP for the consumer. Then here the consumer will pay, the output CGST is paid by consumer. So CGST is 2.5% of his CP, that is the same as output CGST. Then SGST 2.5% of CP, that is nothing but output SGST in the retailer column. Then the total bill what will be paid by the consumer is CP for him plus CGST plus SGST. That will become total bill. Now let us try to understand complete details about the solution. What do you mean by this complete details again? Now, the dealer whatever he is collecting as input CGST and input SGST, he is collecting it from the retailer. Then the retailer, whatever he is collecting as output is CGST and output SGST, he is collecting it from the consumer. Then the question may be asked, how much money the retailer is paying as CGST to the government and SGST to the government. In such cases, we will write CGST paid by retailer to the government will be nothing but output CGST minus input CGST. Then SGST paid by retailer to the government will also be output SGST minus input SGST. So this format, if you remember, you can solve any number of questions given on an intrastate transaction. Some questions will be given directly, like retailer to customer transactions. So how are we going to do that? A dealer or a retailer has sold a product to a consumer directly and he earned a profit. So nothing else will be given other than the profit. So though SP is given in such cases, say suppose if SP is rupees 1000 and he has earned a profit of rupees 40 on selling the product, then GST rate, if it is some 12%, then directly you can find the GST, the tax liability, that is GST, is 12% of 40 rupees, that is 12 by 100 into 40, 0 0 get cancelled, here 2 5s, 2 6, that is 24 by 5, which is nothing but 5 4s is 20, 0.58 is 40. So you will not leave the solution as it is, you will write 4 rupees 80 paise. This is the GST collected. Means whenever profit is given, directly you can find the GST. If CGST and SGST are asked separately in such type of questions, you have to find CGST as 6% of 40 rupees and SGST as 6% of 40 rupees. Thank you.